Welcome back to the Broad Street Benchwarmers podcast. My name is Adam Dan, Ethan Leviditis, Michael Cormelos, and Carter Watson, all here with me. It's a wonderful day, and it's our favorite day of the year. It is NFL mock drafts time. I was gonna say Monday, but it's not Monday. We usually do this on a Monday, but it's arrived,
So,
boys.
yeah, we have finals, guys. We gotta we can
Yeah, we have to get it in. But we've come together after much deliberation, and made it work and made it happen. So, how excited are we to talk about this class?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will say this is like it feels like in a way like the 2024 NBA draft. Like I don't love a ton of guys, but
Yeah.
at least in this case, there's a handful of blue chip guys. So
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about, if you guys haven't checked them out, our offense podcast and our defense podcast. I don't know why I keep making these hand motions, but both of those are up on the Broad Street Benchwarmers channel. If you're looking to hear more about our specifics on which prospects we like, which prospects we don't, and where we think they will land, there's a lot of that in both of those podcasts. We had a good time doing those, and now it's time to put it all together, and that's going to be the fun part of this. So, a reminder of how we do things on the Broad Street Benchwarmers podcast network. We have it so that we have assigned each all other picks. So Carter has the first pick, Ethan has the second pick, I have the third pick, Michael has the fourth pick. We can make trades with the use of the legendary ring, and there are trades allowed. If the person trading the pick, they can only trade their picks unless they have an agreement with the other person if they both have the same team. So, the example I used, if Ethan has the Browns and Michael has the Browns, and Ethan has 6 and Michael has 24, Ethan cannot trade Michael's 24th pick unless Michael agrees with Ethan to trade. Everybody good?
yeah,
Yes.
Yes. Bet. With that, Carter Watson, you are on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders with the first overall pick.
All right, Jay, this is a pretty easy one for me. I'm going Ty Simpson. Not messing around. I'm going Mendoza. There's not much to say. I'm going Mendoza.
Good pick.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Ethan, you're
I
on
was
the
going to
clock.
ring. I
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
even give
they're
you time
not
to
going
ring.
to.
All right, go
sorry.
Dude, if the Raiders trade that, we're gonna collapse.
ahead.
I'm gonna collapse at my grandma's birthday party. I'm gonna, oh my god!
Oh, God.
All right. Well, if we're not, I mean, I like Mendoza. I think he's pretty good. He would have been QB4 in 2024, but that's okay. Yeah,
Yep.
it was dang, yeah.
Yep.
And that's okay. He's
I
Yeah.
probably would have had him over Jaden Daniels, but I was lower on Jaden.
Yeah, well, Jaden Daniels was a psycho in college. Like, you had very good reasons to be questionable about him. We all had him at QB3 anyways. So,
Yeah. He would have gone first last year, obviously.
yeah. Okay. So I'm on the clock with the Jets.
Yep.
I would have considered trading the pick, but I think just to make sure you sort of just solidify like get probably the best play on the draft. Maybe. I mean, I know Adam. You have Sonny Styles #1, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, but I'll take his teammate Arvo Reese #1. Well, with my #1 of 2. Okay, Michael is the other Jets pick, but yeah, Arvo Reese. We talked about him on the defense one. He's very skilled as both a pass rusher and a just off-ball linebacker, but the whole thing is he doesn't really know what he's doing, and that really speaks to like how insane of a prospect he is. Like, he is still very productive, and with solid coaching, I think he could be like an actual a definitely like legit Pro Bowler. But in a weaker class, like he's gonna be higher, but I do still think he can contribute immediately for a Jets defense that has just like truly nothing to really speak for.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think he is the second best player in my class on my board. And he's just enough of a freak athlete that I think he's going to be able to figure out at edge, even if he doesn't necessarily test the best.
Yeah.
And that, it makes perfect sense to slot him in that Jets defense with a guy in Aaron Glenn who's been a pro at developing defenders for the past 3 years. So, yeah. Anybody else? All right. Arizona Cardinals on the clock. The phones are open, and we're going to wait.
Let me look.
If not, we have an offer.
Okay.
So we have an offer. It's your own offer, dude. I don't have anything that makes sense to trade up for the guy, I think. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm staying put.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Okay. The Washington Commanders are going to trade up to the 3rd overall pick.
Okay.
And with the 3rd overall pick, the Washington Commanders select Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State.
That would be awesome. Not for
yes.
you guys, but for the casual fan, yeah.
It is the perfect fit in my eyes, right? You think back to that Washington defense 2 years ago, they're not a good defense. But their strength is Bobby Wagner and
Frankie
Louvu in the middle of that defense, making athletic, freakish plays, and Dan Quinn is simply able to deal with the secondary that he has because of how stout they were over the middle of the field and against tight ends. So I think you give him his Fred Warner-esque piece, which is what I think Sonny Styles is. Like, my comp for him is Fred Warner. I think this is legit. And I think this is going to turn into a much better unit. A lot of people are throwing out offensive positions for them. I understand it, but I think you need to be able to turn this defense around, and I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I think if the Commanders, if the Commanders' offense stays healthy, I don't think there's really an issue there with any of their pieces. I mean, I think the skill position group would be a little bit better, but that's also something you can address on day 2 with how deep, you depending on how you feel about the receiver class, how deep it is with guys that you can pick up late round 2, early round 3. The defense is really what made them lose a step, especially against you guys in the NFC Championship 2 years ago. The way that the rebuilding get back there, so I don't agree with them going offense. I think it's just best player available. Even if they stay at 7, I'd say they get the best player available on defense. So yeah, I like the move. I think this is like a very esque to Texans trading up for Anderson. So
yeah. No, and I think it's hard, right, Mike, at 7 to get you, right? I think that has to be emphasized. Like, you're thinking about these next couple picks, and I think most of the teams on this board have serious defensive needs, so that's why I'm on the phones. You're down, but I think they're going to be up.
Yeah.
Right. With that, the Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
All right. Anybody want to trade up?
May include inflamed
Okay.
Taking Mounjaro with a sulfonylurea may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant.
I think we're going to pass.
And before scheduled procedures.
No.
Include nausea, diarrhea, and vomit.
Okay. Well, spoiler, I'm not going to share my love. I don't think that would really make much sense here for the Titans. Just based on their hire, Robert Saleh, I think core staples of those, like at least when those Jets defenses were good edge rushers, and think when those 49ers defenses, you think how good those edge rushers were. Good, think of how good that D line was. I think he likes to build his defense to the defensive line. Going David Bailey here. Especially given that Ruben Bailey could allegedly go somewhere. The draft stock's really all there right now. David Bailey, very safe pick, all around great player. All 3 years of college, 4 years. I don't know how long. 3 or 4 years he was in college. So just consistent all around. Good, damn good player. That a good that Robert Saleh scheme.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is a very good player. I think he's probably the best player available here, and I mean, with all the rumors swirling around Tennessee, nobody knows where they're going to go. I like going traditional here in a traditional position to be. Carter, can you turn the hockey game down?
Oh my God, sorry.
Yeah, I kind of haven't been able to listen to anything for to be honest.
Appreciate it. All right, Ethan, 5th overall pick. You ready?
No,
That's me.
Carter.
Oh, Carter. Okay.
Yeah. Do I have to listen to trade offers? Because
You don't have to. No.
You could turn them down.
Yeah.
It's more.
I mean,
does
I
anybody
don't.
want to trade up?
I'm trying to think. No, I don't want to trade up.
Yeah, it would only be one spot, and that really, you're not jumping anybody if I'm the Browns.
okay,
Actually, well, that's far.
Who cares?
I don't think. Well, fuck it. The Carolina Panthers have an offer.
Where did the Panthers pick?
19.
19.
No, the Giants can't move that far back.
It would have to be.
Okay.
You would have to be trading with me at least. I'm a 10.
Okay. Throwing it out there.
I forgot they had that pick.
Yep.
Yeah, I think with
okay.
with the situation the Giants are in, they've got to just get the best player on the board, and for me, that's Ruben Bain. It feels weird because they have drafted a lot of edges recently, but I think the pick here still is Bain. It was between Bain or Caleb Downs for me. There was a lot of talk about. There's a lot of talk about Jeremiah Love. That just does not make much sense in this situation, in my eyes. I don't think Jeremiah Love makes much sense for any of the teams in the top 10, really. But besides the point, I'm going to go Bain. Obviously, everybody's going to talk about the arms and also the thing that with the accident. I keep forgetting that happened until we're here. But yeah, I'm still going to go Bain. The arms don't scare me. I think he's got enough general strength and the production is there to make me be more willing to ignore that. And so, yeah, Ruben Bain for me at 5.
Yeah, I was surprised by this, but also I do think he has some interior versatility that is valuable to a Giants defense that, after trading Dexter Lawrence, is so desperate for needs on the interior. So, and obviously, just even drafting Abdul Carter last year is indicative of their interest in just sort of having a more pass rush by committee approach. So,
yeah, he's by far best player. Oh, go ahead.
Damn good player to a damn bad offense. That damn bad defense.
Yeah, he is by far my best player available. I would maybe lean with the Ohio State player just because of how wretched their secondary looks at the moment. But I can completely understand taking best player available for a really, really terrible. So, yeah. All right, Ethan Leviditis, you're on the clock.
God, they're kind of. This is a pretty bad role for the Browns, to be honest. It's not because they were going to go edge. I don't think they were, because they extended the other guy, Alex Wright, for like over $10 million a year. So that wouldn't have made sense. But and obviously they took 2 running backs last year, so like quite high. So I'm entertaining offers, but I wouldn't want to go down more than like below 10.
Oh wait! Oh damn it! Never mind.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Give me 1 sec.
The Saints signed Travis Etienne, by the way.
I know. I'm not looking at the Saints. Can I get you to 12?
To 12. I think it's a little rich to include 20, but
I think it is too.
I don't know. It would have to be like. It would. I would.
It's fine. It's
seconds?
fine.
I'm saying like like I'm concerned because like I would. Obviously, we don't care about like we're not including future picks, but it would have to be probably a current second and a future second to move up 6 spots.
I think Jerry would do it for this.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. Welcome to Dallas, Welcome to Dallas, Caleb Downs.
I love that.
They're bad. I think the defense got much better. I mean, obviously, they've got what's his name in the middle of last year, Quinn Williams, and I think a huge impact for them on defense, even though they weren't really competing at that point. I think you can kind of notice the difference in that defensive line, and also I think you can notice the difference because they do get Demar and Evershawn back. I would have gone edge at 12 probably if Downs wasn't on the board, but I think you kind of have to take this jump, especially with some of the teams that are left. There are a lot of teams that do fit Downs, and they have draft capital. You can go D line or corner in at 20. You can do that in the end of the second. Well, I guess I just traded my second round pick, but what I mean, you trade up for this guy that can play linebacker, he can play corner, he can play safety, he can play all across the board. I mean, there's the very, very high piece. My comp is Kyle Hamilton. I've loved Caleb Downs. I think he's the top 5 player in the class. He's just been a freak. I mean, he took over the country. He's a freshman at Bama. I don't hate it much. I love the pick. I love the player. I think he fits in great for that Cowboys defense that is turning the corner. I don't think it's quite there to being good yet, but if that defense can get to anywhere to average, that's a dangerous team next year. So,
yeah,
and you keep 20.
Yeah.
So, I think that's just a huge, huge deal. But I don't think it's realistic. But as I said, I'm doing this for fun, and the good old line Jerry likes sexy. So
yeah. I mean, and also the Cowboys have been rumored to be moving up. So I think this is a lot.
It is realistic,
especially because the Browns don't really have really necessarily have to stick at 6 because the board likely those top 4 will be. The top 4 will be 4 of the top 5, I would say, and their investments in the O line through free agency make it a little bit less advantageous to go like a 9 on this high.
Yeah, because I mean, if they didn't get Howard, I probably would have. I
probably would have. If they didn't make those moves, I would have stuck and picked Magnar.
But I think right now I think they're content with where they are on defense, and we'll get there. But I assume you're going to go receiver at 12. But
or if one of the tackles is available.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it has to be emphasized that they're starting over on defense in Dallas, and what better to have than a guy who's the smartest guy on the field whenever he steps on the field. So I think it's going to be a big deal.
Yep. Yeah, and as it's been touched on, it's a pretty poorly kept secret at this point that Dallas is going to move up or at least try really hard to. So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right.
You're
I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
All right. With the 7th overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals select running back Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Tyler Algier can't catch a break ever.
Yeah. This is the perfect scenario. I don't think the board is going to break for them like this. I think someone is going to be, whether you see it as dumb or risky, but I think somebody's going to take Jeremiah Love before here. However, I think if he gets here, this is the perfect fit, right? Get him to be a bell cow, instant impact guy in Arizona that brings a boost to your offense. Yes, they do need to revamp that offensive line, and they have a ton of other needs, but they have so many picks this draft to be able to do that, and so many picks that they are probably going to accumulate. I didn't even say what they got from Washington, but I assume they're accumulating picks from Washington in order to trade back, and I think that just makes it easy for them to start to retool and have a real franchise piece to put butts in seats at that stadium. So excited to see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8. Is that Michael?
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of messed up now because I was pretty set that I was going to go down to New Orleans. So I need to bet it. I really need to bet it.
I think there's still options. There's certainly still some options, in my opinion.
Yeah. Still some options at safety, you could say.
No, I'm not going that high on if I'm going to say his last name. Shit. I don't even know.
I see a very clear option here. But...
Yeah, me too.
Yo, am I dumb?
Perhaps.
Dude. Maybe this is not who you guys are thinking of, but delayed. Is that I
That
go
works.
Carter.
That's not who
I
I'm
go
thinking
Carter.
of, but that works.
Who are you thinking of?
Well, be quiet. Let's be quiet.
Yeah, let's be quiet because he's still on the board.
Okay. No, my pick's in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
order lane.
Yep.
Yeah. Good pick.
They need it. They lost Delonte Taylor for $20 million US. So
yeah, and
yes, they did. And Kool-Aid's there.
yeah.
He's a player.
Mhm.
He's fine. You kind of need somebody to hold down the secondary.
Yeah.
He's been really damn good all year, and you keep the hometown kid home. So
Yeah.
spark to your defense that kind of needs a spark.
Yeah. I mean, Carter Athan and I talked about this last week, right? We think he's the most fluid corner in this class by a landslide, right? No matter what you think about Ron McCoy and his injury, or Chris Johnson, I think it's fair to say that he is the most toolsy and the least grabby, and just does not have a real flaw in coverage, even if he doesn't have necessarily the elite traits that McCoy might have as an aggressive corner. So I think it's interesting to have him go here, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only smart pick I'll make all night.
Okay.
I think Bailey was smart.
Yeah, Bailey was good.
But that was boring.
Paolo just yammed on Isaiah Stewart in
You mean my
a Chris
favorite
Paul cut the lead to 50 fashion.
Good Lord, he sure did.
Yeah.
He's my favorite player, man.
All right, go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, this is a toughie. For Kansas City, the two players I was deciding on were Delane and Caleb Downs, who are
Mhm.
notably not options. I'm leaning wide receiver here. Of the three, my favorite is Mekhi Lemon, and so I think I'll go with that, even though
Okay.
I have a feeling that Carnell Tate will be the first receiver drafted. There's a lot wrong with the Chiefs' offense. It wasn't just the wide receivers, but the wide receivers not being very good hasn't helped in really the last 3 seasons. It feels kind of bizarre to say that because the seasons before this one were Super Bowl appearances, but the offense was pretty poor. And I like Mekhi Lemon as kind of I've gone into this before, but a very surgical player. He's not going to blitz by you, but he's going to get past you off of what feels like just playing smart and predicting where spaces will be available more so than any sort of pure ability. But yeah, Mekhi Lemon is my pick here for a very bad receiver room otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm much lower than you on Lemon. We talked about that when we did our offense episode. But I do see where the fit is in Kansas City, right? Because you basically take that Rashee Rice role and you add another guy who can create yards after catch, another guy who can generate explosives in space, even if you can't necessarily generate them as a straight line player. And I think that's going to be important to this Kansas City Chiefs offense, as there's a reason why they go and sign Kenneth Walker, right? It's to get a boost and generate explosives. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm lower on Lemon than Carter is, but
yeah,
they need the receiver. I think receiver makes impact regardless.
Mhm.
I agree. All right, who's Ethan? Are you Giants?
Yeah.
This is boring. I
Okay.
shouldn't have
Yeah.
traded.
To be honest, I'm running the card up like the second I heard the words Mekhi Lemon.
Yep.
Carnell Tate. Yeah. He's receiver one in a class that I'm not particularly in love with, but just the room right now, even with Malik Neighbors, is quite bleak, and he's a very consistent, solid player. He doesn't have like traits that fall off like the page, but I think they just need a steady hand at that room and just especially like a very high quality pass catcher for Jackson Dart. So yeah, I think it's. I mean, he's probably BPA and also like one of the biggest positions of need for the Giants. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they come out of this draft with two of, I think, my top six players in this draft, I think that's going to be a really big deal. I'm not like a crazy Tate head because I think
me neither.
ceiling for him is a little lower, but the floor is sky high. And I think that lands him, right in the mix with the other guy who I'm sure will be drafted very soon, who they've been very heavily linked to. So I think it'll be interesting for me if Tate does slip to see what decision they make with that. That's who I thought was going at 8, Michael.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Because also they love Ohio State receivers. So
yeah.
Best they do.
All right. Is this me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to stay here.
Okay.
And we are going to take Spencer Fano, offensive tackle out of Utah.
Okay. Above Marinella.
Yes. I am higher on Spencer
Spread the
Fano.
propaganda. Spread the propaganda.
Yes. I am higher on Spencer Fano than Francis Mauigoa for multiple reasons. The first is that I believe that Spencer Fano has easier positional flexibility than Francis Mauigoa. Francis Mauigoa is really good at right tackle. However, there are like the typical Will Campbell-esque concerns for him at right tackle, and he has never played guard in his life, whereas Spencer Fano has shown the ability and the versatility to be able to do so. That is one reason I lean Fano. I also lean Fano because I think on film he just moves as a smoother athlete, whereas Mauigoa strikes me as a little more rigid. He's definitely more powerful, but a little more rigid. So, I mean, really it comes down to preference. And so Fano is my preference. I think for this Miami Dolphins team, he's an easy slot in the future to replace Austin Jackson. I know a lot of people are going to be thinking about defense for them. There's not really a defensive prospect that I have near Fano at this point. So I think I'm going to take the tackle from Utah and run with it.
I like it. I agree with you. That was going to be my spiel when I drafted Fano over Mauigoa eventually, but then I didn't have the opportunity. So
yeah, there we go.
I wanted to be the guy.
Nope, you're not that guy, pal.
Okay. But let me just double check. Snap counts real quick for this guy. Okay. Okay.
You can run the card in.
Okay, I'm up with the Browns. Famously not really good at what they do. But also I feel like this is extremely likely to occur. So I'm going Monroe Freeling out of.
Oh!
Wow.
Because either way, because hey, it's the Browns. I don't really agree with it, but he has been getting way more buzz than Mauigoa, I would say.
I agree.
And also, he has way more intriguing athletic profile than any of the other linemen in the class.
Yeah.
And even with the moves, a lot of them were very short term, and DeJuan Jones is not under contract long term. So
okay, that's a pick.
I think.
I think it's a little crazy, but also even with all the signings they made, it's still a big position of need.
I could thought.
Yeah.
I know he played right tackle, but I think they'll move one of the two over.
Yeah.
And also, just the board fell atrociously for them. So.
Yeah. What were you saying, Michael? You cut out.
I mean, I would have had to have gone receiver here.
Well, I don't know. I think the Tyson stuff is a little bit real, specifically for front offices. So.
Yeah. And I
don't like that. He's my receiver one. It's like I have to.
I think he's a very good player too.
With the other two off the board, like you have to go him here. I mean, you can go. I mean, I'm gonna have them. They're gonna take receiver at 24 now, but like I think there's a huge drop off from him.
I agree.
Whoever's next.
Yeah, I understand that. I still think that I completely get this pick, and I think it's where the buzz is going. You listen
Yeah.
to these guys, it's been Freeling, or actually Caden Proctor, who
It's
is
like,
generally the
all right.
offensive tackle sold to the Browns
Yeah.
on these kind of trade backs.
I would
And
start
of
crying
those
if that
two,
happened.
yeah, of those two, I much prefer Freeling as a legitimate tackle prospect. There's some snaps, especially earlier in the year, where you see him get beat. It's not pretty, but I think he grew over the course of the year, and that's important to me. And obviously, the athletic profile stands out, so don't necessarily mind it.
Yeah. I'm much more in the predictive camp, so that's also why I did this. Like, if I'm going with my heart, it would have been Jordan Tyson, but
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mhm.
All right, Carter Watson.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty easy for me. I'm going Francis.
Ooh,
Yeah, Rob Haven's not tired.
If Francis wasn't on the board, the pick probably would have been Jordan Tyson. But yeah, I'm not on the final top tackle train, and I'm also definitely not on whatever the Monroe Freeling thing is. So yeah, that's simple for me. Gonna take my out here.
okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a good pick.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he's a good player. I think they have a lot of young dudes, need some depth. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah. Okay, I'm up with the Ravens.
Ring.
Okay, let me just look at the board and look at their needs. Okay. Okay, I'll entertain offers.
All right, you have multiple offers.
Okay.
Depends where you want to go. The Carolina Panthers are on the phone, and the Philadelphia Eagles are on the phone.
So are the Kansas City Chiefs at 29, but that's further back, and I don't have like assets, so I guess not.
Okay. Okay. It's really tricky because actually, yeah, I'll just stick and pick. Sorry. The Ravens.
Good choice, though, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll go with Vega Ioane here. Most importantly, because guard is continually extremely valued by teams, and they have they lost Daniel Faulele. Is that a net positive? Probably, but also it leaves and they lost Charlie Linderbaum. So their interior offensive line is a train wreck, and if they want to replicate even like 2/3 of the production of Derrick Henry over the past couple of years, you gotta give him some protection. And obviously Lamar Jackson's long-term health has been a bit of an issue over the past couple of years. And also just probably like the safest player in the class. Like I don't think he has like a insanely high ceiling, but I think he'll just be a very solid player that fits a position that is increasingly getting a lot more value in free agency, and having a guy for 5 years with a resume of pure consistency in the Big Ten is extremely valuable. So, bigger you want to hear to Baltimore.
I think it's a safe pick. I mean, he's consistently been up there as the top interior lineman pretty much all season. I think maybe Pregon had a run for like the first 2 weeks of the college football season, but after that, it's kind of just been I mean, good player. That's the not much else. Not much else I can say about it. Safe picks, low floor, high floor.
Yeah, I think he's my second best lineman. Great.
Yeah.
He really is. And the biggest knock that anybody has on him is that he has no positional versatility. But when you're so good at one position, what does that really matter, right?
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to be a future All-Pro. I really do. He's a blue chip guy for me. So yeah I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay, you're up, Tampa.
conflicted here, guys.
It's pretty weird board for them right now.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are trading this pick.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
I will
You know what you can do? Minnesota Vikings ring.
Browns
Well,
ring.
who Browns ring?
That's 24. I'm an 18. I'm not saying I'm just stating the facts.
I'm very conflicted as to whether the Philadelphia Eagles are going to decide to ring.
Oh, dude, that's so. I hate when you trade.
That's the magic of the ring, Michael.
Okay. Or the Carolina Panthers are going to.
Oh my God.
Dude, these suck. We have to abolish this next year.
No, it's strategy. It's part of it.
But I could take this Cleveland deal, and I would understand that.
That's pretty far.
No, we want to move far.
Oh, you want to move far?
We want to move far. We want to collect as many assets as possible because I think people forget the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think have many picks in this draft.
They have 5.
Yes.
How
exactly.
far are you willing to move? Chicago Bears ring, just in case.
That's like 20. That's like 28, right?
25.
25. I'm going to go with the one that I feel like is the most realistic, and that's going to be the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
However, I understand. Wait, the Cleveland Browns already made a trade, right? They traded back.
Yeah, I don't think they do that. I don't think they do too.
I don't think they do that again. Okay. Oh, shit.
We'll just give you a solid third if we're Minnesota, right?
No, I don't want to make it with Minnesota. I want to move farther down. I don't know if the Eagles would do this.
All right, hold up. Time out. I gotta think about something. I gotta think about it hard.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have a move in mind, but I just don't know. It's much more of a predictive thing, just like this player stock thing than the actual.
Yeah.
Do I want to do this?
Did I let you guys into the draft room and you guys can decide?
We're all here.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you guys into the draft room. The Philadelphia Eagles are debating whether to trade up and select Jordan Tyson, and they don't know what to do.
I think that's gonna happen.
Okay.
I think that's a somewhat easy no for me, actually.
Ring.
Who's ringing?
The Texans.
That's a big drop.
Why?
Well,
because
Adam, I will say.
not.
I will say the Texans have picks from trading down for Jackson.
Houston's gonna give you 38.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would be a no on Tyson for the Eagles.
I think it's possible. I think
it's a possibility. I also think that I don't think it just makes the most sense.
I just think there's a legitimate tackle need, and I don't.
Whoa.
That's my same gripe.
Flyers. Porter. Oh my God, Flyers. Okay.
Oh, you spoiled it, Ethan. But nice.
Okay. Well, I'm on my phone, which is usually like a minute behind. So you might be.
I'm on YouTube TV, which just sucks.
Okay. I'm on HBO Max. My good friend Noah Cates.
Okay.
Yeah. I think. Adam,
you know what?
I would say you should stick a little bit closer, than the Eagles can just trade up somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have Carolina trade up.
Okay.
I think that's the most sensible, right?
Yeah.
And they are actually not going to take Jordan Tyson.
Despite taking receivers the past 3 years in the first round.
Yep. They are going to take Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon.
Wow.
That's
Christ. Oh my God.
In the words of Bryce Harper, chat, that was sick.
Yeah. I think Jordan Tyson makes a lot of sense here, right? But I think he's kind of repetitive with the Ted McMillan skill set, and therefore I don't think Carolina would go with him here. I think this is what they're going to do in order to avoid other teams trying to hop them and take Sadiq. I think he's a perfect fit here. He's not the best blocker, but he's a great athlete in space. I think he's going to be a great player for them and a real franchise cornerstone.
Yeah. I was actually doing Sadiq to Tampa for the majority of the cycle until they re-signed Otten. So
yeah.
You know
what?
It's over. You made the trade.
Okay. All right.
We're not. When's that happen?
Can't reverse them. Yeah.
When the Vikings couldn't get their pick in, and then they complained. Like that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
In like 2005 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's a video about it. Okay.
That's fine.
Jets, Michael.
Let's get weird.
Oh no.
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it!
Don't do what? Don't do what? I'm not drafting.
Don't affect the legacy of Geno Smith.
Hell no, not yet.
Yeah, and there's already one team that's kind of traded into the first one. So.
I'm taking Akeem Messidor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, you took.
He's my edge 3.
We already got Reese and it's possible.
Team terrible line, terrible defensive line. Messidor's my edge 3. I like him a bit better than I like Falk or other guy whose name I'm blanking on. I think he's really good. I think he showed that he was dominant throughout the entirety of the college football playoff stretch. Watched the film. Film's good. He's a little small. But I don't really care because we've seen it on film. Good coaching.
Yeah.
I think with good coaching, he can develop into a star.
Yeah.
Is that good coaching in New York? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll see.
We'll find out. But damn good player. Thought he would go earlier, honestly. Jets make a smart pick rather than a sexy pick here.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about a project. I think you pretty much have a full a finished product. But
yeah,
I do think in it purely film based, I would say he's edge 3.
I think he's edge 3. I just don't see him going to a rebuilding team, to be honest. I think 25 years old and then, jumping right in. I think he's a very good player. I think he'll be an impact player right away. But I think one of these teams is going to look towards maybe a younger guy like Falk or even a Malachi Lawrence and maybe prefer that. But I do think he's really
and I agree, but I feel like the Jets see themselves as a team that thinks they can compete.
Yeah. Every year they try to be tweeners, and the Geno thing is the most we might be okay, sort of.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like they would be more content taking Messidor than would the younger guys.
Yeah.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird.
Okay.
All right.
I think it's Carter with Detroit.
Carter,
That's me.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Ring.
The Detroit Lions are trading this pick to Chicago. Chicago is selecting.
So far, they can't trade in the division 8 spots.
But that's the pick I really want to make. I guess it's not that feasible. Okay, so
the Chargers are on the phone.
The Chargers are on the phone.
The Eagles are on the phone.
We're 1 pick higher, and we're more desperate, to be honest.
The Chargers or the Eagles. I guess it makes more sense for Detroit to trade out of conference. So I'll say we accept the Los Angeles trade.
I'm sorry. This is a true cutthroat trade, Adam. 17. You went to 22. Okay. Yeah. To be honest, if I were Detroit, I would have stuck around, stuck at this pick and drafted this player. But I'm drafting this guy actually to play a different position. I'll be guard, and I'll be Caden Proctor from Alabama.
To play him at guard?
Yes. And or the proverbial Rashawn Slater replacement, because as talented as a player is, he might be the most injury prone player at his position. So, Caden Proctor, very sort of checkered final season at Alabama, but the need for the Chargers is immense. They made a ton. The Viada signing's fine, but losing Zion Johnson's big, and regardless, they just need to continue to invest in the offensive line, even though they've done that This has been the third time in the Justin Herbert era, and you need to continue to improve the run game, and I think he'll be able to do that, and hopefully we get like a second year sort of breakout for Amaya and Hampton, and hopefully a season where Justin Herbert can survive in a playoff game if they make it. So,
Yeah. I like it for the sake of him playing guard.
Oh yeah, and also is to snipe the Eagles for the record. Because I do think they I think the Chargers would see him as a guard, but other teams that need a tackle or just obviously a tackle to be a successor, Lane Johnson makes it more advantageous for the Chargers to get him, because I do think the drop off in the interior class is pretty significant.
Yeah, I am all for this. I don't know if Proctor's going to agree to be a guard off the bat, and I think that's one thing that makes it an issue. I don't know if
he's
get,
tackled
Eli Manning,
7
but,
for me, so
yeah,
he's gonna have to agree to play guard, or he's not gonna get anywhere near the kind of money he's gonna get at 17. So
but I wouldn't mind.
And he'll be out of the league in 3 years.
Drafting him as a swing tackle as well. So I like the pick.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm up again.
Ring.
Who's calling? The Eagles.
Eagles.
The Bears are also calling. It's the division again. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Okay. You're lucky the Packers are not a first round pick. You would have done that again.
Yeah, I would have.
I don't think there's necessarily a need to trade down or to
keep making him mad.
It's very interesting. I'm not making him mad.
Can I be honest? I wouldn't do it if I were you. There's a player who I have in line for Minnesota who I think is perfect.
Yes, and that's Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon, who is the pick. So. Is it 2 ends? I think it's 2 ends. It's only 1 end. What a thought. Yeah. Just incredible athleticism. Not like he's athletic, sneaky athletic, some might say. But since the Lewis Scene signing, they've always had a proverbial need for perpetual need. Proverbial, who knows? Big words. But they've needed safety very badly, and losing Harrison Smith to retirement makes it so much bigger of a need. Not that he was really lighting the world on fire at the end of his career, but secondary in general for Minnesota has been a problem for a few years, and I do think the drop off from corner is pretty significant, and I do think there's serious concerns, similar to Tyson with Trevon McCoy and his return from missing a full season off the ACL. And I do think either way that Thieneman's a better prospect and could slide in perfectly, and would obviously not solve other problems, because again, safety can only be so valuable, but he's a very solid player in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm of complete understanding. I think he is closer to Caleb Downs than people are willing to admit. He's also a very cerebral player, also a very physical tackler, also fits run gas very well. There aren't many flaws to pick, and I think he could easily be a top 12 guy. So I'm all for this. Yeah,
to be honest, if the Cowboys didn't trade up, it would have been a great spot at 12.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Okay. You're up with Tampa.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You can't. Okay. What I will say is, we're not gonna. I will correct the error of last year. I don't want teams trading down twice. I did that with the Jags, and that was pretty ridiculous.
And we're not going to. We should have stayed at 15 and taken Kenyon Sadiq. To be honest,
I do think the team's making fun. Like, I think it was like a 3-year deal with Otten, and it was like decent money. So. Okay. Unless they think they're the Bears, which
they could be.
Like, and also you could have argued either way that Sadiq was BPA. So
but the reason we traded down here actually was because we thought Hakeem Mesidor would be here, and he, I think, would be a perfect fit here. But he is not here. And the other guy who's sitting here at edge, which is a key need, I don't think really fits their timeline for the opposite reason of Lakeem Mesdor, which is because they need pass rush juice now. And I think if there's one thing that Keldrick Falk does not bring, it is instant pass rush juice. So he will not be the pick here.
Another guy who does that.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, we're not taking.
yeah.
We are not going to take him. I thought about it, but there is a better player on my board who has some concerns, but I think we're going to be willing to look past it. And that is
Ty
Jermod
Simpson.
McCoy, cornerback out of Tennessee. This is a guy who I like but do not love. As far as my draft process, we had a fun time talking about him on the NFL Draft Defense Pod. Again, quick plug. Because
It did okay.
Yeah, it did all right. I think
average.
Yeah, not bad. Everybody's kind of accepted that he is just like a perfect player outside of the torn ACL. I don't really think that's the case. I probably still would have Delane over him if that wasn't the case.
Yes.
I think, he gets a little bit, his physicality and man coverage is great. He gets a little bit too much, but he does have special ball skills. And that's something that Delane doesn't have. He has a high ceiling because of those ball skills. And I think he could be a really great corner at the next level because of that. So slot him right in. Zion McCollum's been disappointing since he signed that big contract. They don't Jamel Dean out of that building. Like, Antoine Winfield's an old man. Like, slot him right in. So
yeah,
it'll be good.
To be honest, with every single, I mean, we've been using McCoy and Tyson interchangeably, but I do think that's also very much possible because you lose Mike Evans. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not picking for a while.
I'm listening to calls.
Buffalo was ringing.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I'll risk it.
The Bears are still calling.
Okay, yeah, fine. The Bears.
Bears? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You're taking it? Cool. I might be throwing a tantrum. Oh, I sure do. Yeah.
Yeah, are we? Is this like we should do this for every pick? We should like actually ring.
Actually have a call, yeah.
Okay, yeah. This may well be me just like throwing a tantrum and being upset that I couldn't move him for Tiedemann, but I'm taking Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
Yes!
I really wanted Dylan Tiedemann. I thought the value in the teens was absurd, but it is a good consolation prize.
Small school love. Small school love.
Small school love, indeed.
So 3 safeties in top 20 is.
And yeah, I am picking again. I'm picking again.
The Philadelphia Eagles are on the phone and they're begging.
Low key, yeah. I think we're doing that.
We're getting a lot of trades on this one.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I mean, I think it's possible.
It is possible. This is a draft that people have stressed everybody wants to get out of. So while it's going to make the Instagram graphic incredibly difficult, I think this is well worth it. And the Philadelphia Eagles with this pick, very reluctantly, are going to take Jordan Tyson, wide receiver.
I would be running the card up.
You mean reluctantly? You've been trying to move up the whole time.
I have.
Dude, if you're running circles around my house.
He's my favorite player.
I will be running circles around my house, at my apartment.
I would also be running circles. It's really tough for me because I do think this team is in a ton of trouble at the offensive tackle position. And I also think giving up capital, knowing you're in that much trouble at the offensive tackle position is really tough. However, this is like a slam dunk talent. And I know I'm going to get a first round pick next year from this inevitable A.J. Brown trade. Yeah. So, let's take the best player available and let's make magic happen.
Yeah. And I'd also say if you're moving like a third, I don't think you're going to go second to move up 4 spots. But
and they have 2/3.
Yeah. Yeah. I think even by doing that, I think the tackle class gets pretty rough after about I would say like maybe 4 more tackles that will go early day 2, and then they would be overdrafting if like in the second if they don't make this pick.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think. Well, we'll talk about it when we get there. There are some teams that are going to be chasing tackles late. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I go
Carter
again
Watson, back
Yeah.
to back.
here.
Man, I don't pick for 6 picks. The hell am I going to do?
I'm trying to talk myself
I have a
out
pick
of
for
this
sir.
because of the reaction that I know was going to come. But no, I'm going to reach here. I am drafting the edge that I think is the best edge left. And as I've stated before, that's R. Mason Thomas for me.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't like Cassius Howell very much. I don't like Kendrick
I don't
Falk
like
very much.
Kendrick Falk either.
I think Thomas has the most well-rounded film. I think with Howell, there's a clear gap in his run stopping. And if I had to bet on one of those 3 guys being an every down player from day one, which is what Detroit's going to be looking for, I'd go Thomas.
Yeah, I can't draft a situational pass rusher with my first round pick when I know I need a tackle. I can't do it. I mean, I get you love him.
There's no tackle worth picking this high, I don't think.
I think Lomo's fine. Lomo's fine.
Lomo
well,
or
you know
Miller.
We will grant a redo if you.
No,
say
I'm
to.
sticking with my pick.
Okay.
But I wouldn't have hated Lomu or
Like a
yeah, I wouldn't have hated Lomu. I can't tell myself on anything else.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Or he amateur, yeah.
I'm not sure I could get behind it that high.
No, for sure.
All right. Carter Watson, pick 23.
It's me again?
Do it. Do
Yep.
it.
Steelers.
Oh God, okay. Yeah,
Do
it
it.
sure is. What are you telling me to do? I don't wait, okay, no, I know what you're telling me to do.
You've been doing it every year.
No, I'm not doing that.
Oh,
Good
Please.
idea.
don't do that, please.
Smart
Yeah, I'm not
decision,
gonna do
man.
that. Oh, this is tough. I'll go Blake Miller.
Good pick.
Go Clemson, baby. Go Tigers.
I would have taken him at 23 if he didn't go there. So that's a good pick.
Any analysis, Carter?
Oh yeah, oops. I mean, he's got a full body of work. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's doesn't have like the obsession that people have with like moving around. He hasn't done that. I'm pretty sure he's played exclusively right tackle for the 3 years. But
Yes,
as mentioned earlier, it's good to have. If you have a player that's good at a position, then I don't care if they can't move around. He can be good at that position.
Yeah, he'll be. I mean, with the Broderick Jones stuff, he'll be slotted right there for the rest of his tenure. So I'm excited to see what he does.
Okay. Browns, Michael.
All right, can we stay weird?
Yeah.
Well, I went weird first time, according to you at least.
Omar Cooper.
That's not weird.
Love it.
Love it. Cannot
good.
believe because you guys wouldn't let me trade up because they traded down earlier. I would have traded up for Jordan Tyson, but Omar Cooper Jr. is a very, 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 very good at football. You'd see the development over the course of the season. He was not the Indiana wide receiver week 1 or in the middle of the year, and then was by the end of the year. He's just straight up good at everything. I think his route tree needs a little bit of developing, but I like it. Save Shador. Shador cannot be throwing to Jerry Judy, bro. we need real receivers on this team. And we're not listening. Did anybody else have anything with that?
No, I think that's a great
we love
pick.
Lamar.
I think he's become a little bit like overvalued in my I have him as an early second round pick, but I don't have many first round picks in this draft. And I think if he's gonna fit somewhere, he's perfect next to Jerry Jeudy because he is such just like a Swiss Army knife, and Jeudy can specifically be his kind of what he's become, which is that over the middle stem, like kind of Carnell Tate-esque receiver. And he can be a slot guy. He can be really anywhere you want him to be. So I'm excited to see what it looks like, and I think this Browns team needs some help at that position.
Well,
Dallas.
now I got Dallas. Call me a homer. I don't care. We're going Avion Terrell. The knee corner help. I yelled "fuck" very loudly because I wanted Jeremiah McCoy. I thought he was going to fall. Oh no! You traded somebody traded right before me, which is why I traded down for 20. I figured Terrell was going to fall this far. He's corner 3. He's very good. I know there's size. I think he plays more slot, or I think he plays more slot once he actually gets to the league. I think he'll be fine next to Caleb Downs. That'll be fun. That's a good secondary duo. I was going to go edge, and then I decided not to because I didn't want to. I like Rashawn Gary. I like Demar Rashawn. The decent edge room. They could use edge depth. I think they have no depth in the secondary at all, especially at corner. Is your slot corner for the next 10 years. I've been watching this guy lock down and be the best defensive back in the ACC for 3 years now. Ever since he stepped on the field, he's reminded me of AJ all 3 years. Same mannerisms, very different, a little different size wise, but just a damn good player. Coachable player. Yeah. Guy who's played all over the field. Guy who has played safety at some point in his career. You know what I mean? Like just a guy who can play anywhere.
Yeah. He was kind of a heartbreaker for me because while I still had an early second grade on him, I really enjoyed watching him on film because he plays with a tenacity and a physicality that you don't necessarily see a lot from guys like at his position. However, he tested awfully because of the injuries, and it scared me that he ran a 4.6 and then had to end his workout. And so I think that's the kind of thing that can cause a guy to slip out of round 1. So that's my concern there. That's why I have him corner 5, and I'm definitely a little concerned. But yeah.
I mean, I don't buy too hard into it because I also will tell you that as just someone who has watched Clemson every game, he hasn't missed a lot of games. He's played. A lot of that film you're watching where he's been good is while he's injured, playing through it, being a dog. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going predictive again. By trading out, if we're going in order of picks, I would have 34, and the Cardinals have 34. So I'm trading out for Ty Simpson. I'm sorry.
Dear God.
Oh, God. Hey, okay. What I will say is, I actually really dislike Ty Simpson. I think
you do. You have the lowest grade of all of us, including Michael.
Yeah, I think the end of his season was truly disastrous, and you can talk about the O-line play, you can talk about the receiver core outside of Jeremy Bernard, but it was as far as evaluation, it was about as bad as you could have played relative to your billing. He was getting first round talk for a while, and then now he's just up because a team like the Cardinals is so incompetent and is possibly being coerced into giving Jacoby Brissett starter money after being bad. And I will say if he sits for a little bit, this could be okay. But there also has been an unbelievable amount of smoke surrounding the Cardinals trading back into round 1 to draft him. So hate the player, does not respond to pressure at all. Pretty lazy arm. The overall strength is very concerning. Athleticism is average. But
I mean, once there was film on him, he literally turned into the worst player ever.
Yeah. And it just comes down to teams being desperate, especially for the quarterback position. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I am.
And also the board fell very badly for the Bills.
Yeah. I am the highest on Ty Simpson of all of us.
Are you?
And I think so. Are you higher than me on Ty
I
Simpson?
feel like that's definitely my title.
Okay. I will happily hand you the title, Carter Watson. Do you have a higher than a mid-second grade on him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. But I feel as if this is, drafting him in this spot is so difficult because of the experience thing outside of the film. Like, I legitimately do think there are good flashes on the film. I think he's a good processor at the line of scrimmage. I see a scenario in which, I think he's a fine athlete. I can see a scenario in which he develops into like an average starting quarterback, a Jared Goffian figure. But it's rough to pick him here. I truly believe that. So,
I
but
agree.
like I said, it could happen. So, yeah. All right. San Francisco 49ers here at 27. This might be one of the hardest picks I'm going to make. Oh, baby.
Oh, you've got a guy.
Just to throw it out here, the Phillies now own the longest losing streak in baseball.
It's official.
So,
Mets
The
picked
Mets
up a
won.
win, and we did not.
we also have a run differential now of -50.
Well,
And we don't
we
have a
also
cleanup
do
hitter
have.
as our president of baseball operations who handles all the contracts. So
In other
Yeah.
words, when we have to fire someone soon, it won't be that tough of a decision.
Yeah, I mean, we do. I think we've done it the last at least two.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
only saving grace is that we got 50 million coming off the books next year, and hopefully a president of baseball operations who likes spending money, aka Preston Mattingly, who will spend money. So go 49ers.
Yeah. This is really tough. There are two players who I'm really in between here. Both at a position of need. And they're both guys who I've very similarly graded, one slightly over the other, but I think it's gonna come down to how this board shakes out. And I'm trying to run through my head. Okay. So they have a second round pick, right?
I believe so.
Who? The
San Francisco.
uh They do.
They traded it.
58th.
58th?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The San Francisco 49ers. Erg.
There've been a lot of trades.
Yeah, no, they're not going to trade this pick.
Yeah.
They just have to decide. I feel like we got to address this. Well, do we? Ugh. The Trent Williams deal was 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't it on top of already 1 year ago? Right? Is he still under?
Yeah.
He is locked up through 2027.
That's just next year.
Yeah. So 2 more years.
So 2 more
Unless
years.
you're drafting for 2 years ahead, for a 2-year developmental piece.
Okay.
But I also do think they have a need a right tackle anyway. So
Yeah, you know what? I think there are enough edges that are going to be available in the second round that we're going to take Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle. It's the guy who I like. I think he has a lot of positional versatility. He's not the strongest. He's not the most athletic. He's not going to wow you in those ways. But I think he's just a damn talented guy with his hands, and I think that's going to make him a really strong player at the next level, even if some of the other stuff is kind of average. So I think for this San Francisco team, you put him in this Kyle Shanahan scheme, and finally, for the first time, start to get ahead of your offensive line issues, right? They've had so many problems over the years from not getting ahead of them, from, waiting until it becomes the really big problem and then dealing with it then. I think getting ahead of it is the smart move here.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Who's on the board?
Hey, does
Texans.
anybody want to trade up?
No.
Um,
The other way, I think you have.
I'm only one pick away,
yourself.
so
I'm surprised you're not
yeah,
on the phone lines.
we're gonna stay.
I have no idea what to do.
Really?
Really,
Not a
I
clue.
think there's a pretty clear.
Yeah, like very
Yeah.
clear for in many respects.
Yeah.
I think there
I
could
have
be.
no idea who you guys are talking about.
Neither do I. I really don't either. I have no clue. I'm thinking. I don't know. I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
I mean, the Broncos, if you really feel the need to trade down, are willing to move up.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You know that's the Dolphins, right?
At
Oh
30?
yeah, that's the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
that's
at
the
Oh, it
first.
is the
That's
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Did the Dolphins still want to trade up?
Let me look at the board. Nah. Will he be there is the question. I feel like the answer is yes. I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. I don't know what to do. Is
I
there anybody
can't
that we
believe
think trades
this.
back into the first round?
Huh?
All right, I'm gonna go Peter Woods then.
Yeah, come on. What the fuck?
Oh, that was
No.
it?
Yeah.
The whole time?
Oh,
Yes.
that was the obvious one?
Yes.
Oh, mine was different, but whatever.
Who's your obvious one?
I'm not gonna say because he might go in a couple picks.
There's 3 picks left.
Oh, okay. It was the Anichor.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I didn't find either of those obvious at all.
Yeah, I didn't find Peter Woods obvious at all.
I have Peter Woods because they do need IDL, and he went to Clemson, and Michael
I
thinks he's
I'm
probably a top 15
I'm
player
just
in
much
the draft.
lower on Peter Woods, I
don't.
think, than everybody else.
You don't?
We need a interior defensive line. I was fine trading out of the first round at this point because the big 3 were still on the board. I didn't think Kansas City was going to go interior, and I thought Miami was going to go receiver. Seattle's going to trade out of the first round. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that, but I didn't think anybody was going to trade back up in for interior defensive linemen, so I was content trading out into the early second round, although maybe before 38. But Peter Woods is my tackle 1, the D tackle 1. He's a dog.
Yeah.
As we know.
Yeah.
That's really it. We just need bodies at the interior.
Mhm.
That was a serious problem going into the stretch. Kind of just relying on Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter to do everything with no plan of what goes on. I mean, they could have had Strapling, interior defensive lineman, putting up the same production as some of our guys. So it's a safe pick, good player. He'll be good for 5 years, and we'll figure out what happens from there. Makes me happy.
All right.
Okay, you're up with Kansas City. Okay.
Yes. For Kansas City,
Where'd they go first? They went McCarlin.
yeah, I'm gonna go Colton Hood.
Okay.
I think with losing McDuffie, the entire defense is filled with
The
holes,
whole
but
secondary is cooked in.
yeah, the secondary is beyond fried in general. I think if I knew that Denzel Boston would fall as far as he did, I probably would have just selected. I would have just selected. With Tiemann still there at 9, I probably would have done that. But, yeah, the consolation prize in Colin Hood is fine. He had a good year in 2025, filling in as the top corner, which was not really the plan. So, yeah, I can. Colin Hood for me.
Okay. Okay, I'm here with Miami. Even though I knew that, but I haven't. I just copied one of my old sheets and I didn't account for the trays. That's not true. No, I got myself. The Dolphins roster construction is disgusting. This sucks. I could go like almost every position group other than running back. I'll entertain calls if anybody.
The Jets are calling at 33.
Yeah. So how are we working this? Just trading back.
It would have to be like in the order because like I just look at the draft order because it would 33 would be Carter because I was at 34 for Arizona. So just look at the draft order, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Okay.
So second round draft order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if somebody wants to do a Falcons and trade a future first.
The Tennessee Titans.
Okay. I'll do that.
You'll do that?
Sure.
Okay. Wait, who did the Titans take at 3 again? Or 4? No, never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
I'll actually wait.
The Raiders are calling.
I'll stick then for this reason, which is that I would have been at 7 picks, and I want to have 8.
So what, you're staying?
Yeah, I'm staying. But I just am completely gobsmacked as to what to do because they need edge, they need corner, they need safety, they need receiver, they need tight end, they need tackle, they need probably a guard.
Well, Tennessee's still on the table if you reconsider.
Okay.
So is Vegas.
Well, let me double check, make sure everything's right. The issue is I just don't really like the receivers past Cooper, but I'll go with Maxianator here.
Oh, okay. Do you know they took Fano, right?
Oh shit, they did.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they also could do that. Fano. Okay. So that rules out that. I'll throw one to my good friend Adam Den and draft a riser by the name of Malachi Lawrence from University of Central Florida. This is the yearly Darius Robinson pick. Just a guy who came onto the scene after the Senior Bowl, after the Combine, and the room right now, as it stands, is Chop Robinson, Josh Uche, David Ojabo.
Yeah.
And edge is increasingly one of the more valued positions, both in terms of contracts and just draft position. And I think he's a much more intriguing option than a Cassius Howell or a Keldrick Falk, who to be honest, I do think will go like in the top 25. But yeah, I think it's a neat pick, and Jeff Hafley I think could use him well. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely understand this one, and I'm for it. Lawrence is a guy who again is on the older side, but I think is a very versatile pass rusher who could be a really, really fun player. So I'm for it.
Okay.
All right.
Ring.
Yeah.
We're not
Please,
taking it.
give me attention. Give me attention, please.
We're not taking it.
Bro,
No.
why?
Because we have a player.
Who?
Okay.
The New England Patriots select T.J. Parker, edge. Out of
Fuck.
I really thought about Falk here, but I think Parker is a much better fit for what New England needs immediately, right?
Yeah.
And I think they're going to need that juice off the edge. Imagining him and Milton Williams on the field together is a pretty dynamic duo, and I think this team is really leveling up here. I think they're going to go edge here pretty much no matter what, and for the board to fall the way it did is really a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bring us home. Is this Michael Cornwallis?
Ring. New York 37.
No.
Please.
No.
Ring.
No. I was no. I hate all of you.
I didn't do it.
No. Vegas is calling. If they're accepting.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And we're going Caden McDonald.
Oh,
Good pick.
Need an interior D lineman, then I think it's worth giving up a couple late round picks to have that extra year of team control. So
yeah.
Good pick.
it would have been Caleb Banks if it wasn't that big injury thing.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
For the audience, I was trying to get up and draft Caleb Banks.
Jets could do that at
That's insane.
38 or 36, 34. I think they have. Where?
You could do
I
that.
think
in
I
the
think
50s.
he'll be going in like the late 30s, early 40s at this point. Just the
I think
injuries.
he'll
It's
go-
like, yeah, his production does not balance, like does not make up for his injury in the same way that it has for McCoy and Tyson.
He might not go till the third.
Mm.
I think he's going to slip pretty far with the injury stuff. The Tennessee Titans were calling for KC Concepcion, who is a personal favorite of mine.
Okay. I was thinking of that with Miami. Just his skill set just doesn't. I can't see it really working out for the room. They just need. They would have to get like a Denzel Boston, who I don't like. So.
And Boston actually is a better skill set for the Titans too. I really like Concepcion. I think he's a speedy little demon, even if he can't catch the ball.
That's their whole room.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's fair. That's fair. All right. So that concludes the Broad Street Benchwarmers 2026 mock draft. I'm sure we'll look at this lovingly 2 days from now and be completely correct, especially the selections of Ty Simpson and
I don't think at 26. It could be it could be a little bit later. It could be like a 28.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's very possible.
Yeah, it's very possible. And I look forward to seeing the Michael Cormlos reaction as it does happen, because he is Michael Cormlos' favorite player. Who would we like to fire on this fine?
Rob Thompson and Dave Dombrowski.
Rob Thompson, Dave Dombrowski, Kevin Long, Trey Turner. Fuck, who have I forgotten? Alec Bohm, Bryson Scott,
Edmundo Sosa, Adolis Garcia, the farm director,
Joe Girardi again.
Sell the team, Middleton. Sell the damn team.
And how about we get Gabe Kapler again?
Yeah,
Gabe again
because he started this whole damn thing. It's all his fault.
I like Gabe
We're
Kapler.
firing the entire
Why the hell
city
would you
unless
like
they're
Gabe
wearing
Kapler?
orange.
Yeah. Fire everyone. Cut everyone. The only players that are safe after the deadline are Schwarber, Harper, Reyes, Crawford, and Durant. Everybody else can go.
5 dudes.
What?
And
That was a
Andrew
good
Painter.
5 dudes.
I like Andrew Painter.
Well, yeah, Andrew Painter, too. Future of Lehigh Valley Iron Pick.
Fire Luzardo. I can't believe I forgot to mention him by name. Fire Jesus Luzardo
It's been
twice.
a rough. Look at his FIP, guys. Look at his FIP. Don't look at
Look at the expected ERA.
Well, yeah, his fifth's going to be fine if he just gives up double after double after double.
Okay.
Okay.
Sell the team, Middleton.
Love you.